And they said, what's it about? And I said, this really hot Navy SEAL, and he drinks a lot of cold beer. So, you know, it's like hot SEAL cold beer. And they're like, oh.
Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin' With Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thank you so much for logging on, tuning in. I got one more thing for you to do. Hit subscribe. Come back over and over again. We have got authors, artists, filmmakers, musicians, creative minds of all kinds on the Hangin' With Web Show. We are in St. Augustine, Florida, the U.S.'s oldest city.
That's right.
And we are hanging out with author Cynthia D'Alba, the author of the Hot Seals series?
Well, it's actually Seals in Paradise.
Seals in Paradise.
But they all start with hot seal. Yeah.
They all have
yeah.
hot seals.
Yeah.
Guys. I hate this guy.
Yeah,
he can get away with it. Who can sit there on the couch in the morning? No one looks like this in the morning.
Yeah, well, remember, we write romance.
That's true.
It's fantasy.
It is fantasy.
When people say they write urban fantasy, I'm like,
That's
I write romance. It's,
yeah.
you know, it's...
If it was just an ordinary guy on the cover, everybody would be like, yeah, that's not a romance novel. That's
yeah.
not a fantasy novel.
My husband tries to swear he's on my covers, but trust me, it's not. It's not. It's not. It's not my husband. He's a normal guy, you know.
Well, you know. What are you going to do? So, all right, we got the Seals in Paradise series here. We're looking at two of these books right now. Cynthia, we got, let's start with, what comes first?
The cold beer, but they stand alone. You don't have to read them alone.
Okay.
What happened was, I was writing a book, and I couldn't come up with a title. And trust me when I tell you, as a writer, the title is so hard sometimes.
It is, and a lot of times I find my title usually somewhere in a nook, tucked in a corner somewhere where I didn't know I was writing a title at the time.
Yes.
It's like I went back and during my edit and I went,
oh yeah,
that one,
works.
Yeah.
Well, this one came about because I was at a writing retreat with two other writers, Becca Jameson and Parker Kincaid, and we're drinking wine. Can I say that?
Oh, absolutely.
And drinking lots of other things.
We encourage wine from the Foxwood Wine Company.
Yeah, we were drinking. Okay. And so I'm like, y'all, I don't have a title for this book. And they said, what's it about? And I said, this really hot Navy SEAL, and he drinks a lot of cold beer. So you know, it's like hot SEAL cold beer, and they're like, oh my God, there's your title.
Bam, there it is.
So then we started brainstorming other titles. And so there's actually Hot Seal Cold Beer, Hot Seal Black Coffee, Hot Seal Dirty Martini, Hot Seal Rusty Nail, Hot Seal Salty Dog. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them. And yeah.
You know, there are only 4 or 5 guys on the SEAL team.
No, there's actually more than that. They're on a squad.
Oh, the whole squad.
On the squad, there are 8.
Yes.
There's 8 on a squad.
8 guys.
Trust me, I've done my research. Kat Johnson is also one of the people that write with me. There's 8 authors that write these books. I just happen to write 2 of them. But I coerced 7 other authors in on this and said, hey guys, let's do this. What do you think? Nice. And it was so much fun, and we had such a blast. There's a whole nother series coming out of Hot Seals in May, June, and July.
Wow, that's fantastic.
So we haven't put that out yet. So they're
no,
all,
man, that is
awesome.
I
know. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So they're just fun.
I was going to ask what inspires this, but Hot Seals.
Yeah, Hot Seals.
She writes romance.
Hot Seal.
Look, I
know.
My infantryman hat is off because you know, those guys are pretty badass. They really,
actually, funny you should say that. Where I live in Florida, I winter down here, and one of my friends is an ex-Navy SEAL from the 70s.
Wow.
And I kid him. He looks at these and laughs, of course. But,
yes, but
yeah, I mean, I've seen the pictures of him back then. He looked pretty good.
Oh yeah. Well, when we're serving, we're all in our prime.
Yeah.
Actually, you know, absolute prime. And then they take the guys to SEAL school, and they come back and they're like, just jacked. They're a whole new level. I mean, I thought I was in pretty good shape. And then I met the special ops guys and the SEALs guys, and I'm like, dude.
Well, this is a new foray for me. I've been writing mostly Texas-based books.
Okay.
And I'm from Arkansas, but I write a lot of Texas-based books, and I started out writing Western cowboys romance.
Okay.
But I've sort of spread out from that. But Are you old enough to remember the Big Valley?
I am.
Okay, thank God. All right, so that's we've made everyone laugh around us, but
wow,
that's sort of what I started with, that idea. You know, the brothers and the sister, and they all get their story, and the cousin. So I've sort of branched out from there. So a lot of my books are Texas-based romances. Some of them are cowboys, some of them are not. A lot of lawyers, a lot of doctors, college professors, just a lot of different things.
How long have you been writing?
My first book came out in 2012.
2012, okay.
I retired from the evil day job, and I read about 1,000 novels in a year. And my husband says,
that's a book title, by the way, waiting to happen.
Oh,
the Evil Day Job.
Yeah, it is.
For all of us creative artists,
right,
that is a thing.
Yep.
It's like a lurking beast.
That's right. The evil day job.
The evil day job.
That's right. Right. And so, after about a year, my husband said, "You know, I think you ought to try to write one." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. How hard can that be?" Oh my God, it's so different than I thought it would be. But it's been fun. So I started writing seriously around 08, 09, and my first one came out in 12.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
since then, I've been doing. Putting out some stuff.
I get the theme though. She likes those manly guys.
Oh yeah.
Cowboys and Navy SEALs and.
Well, you know, I think if I wrote historicals, it would always be the White Knight. And
yes.
if you think about it, these guys are modern day White Knights. You
really,
know,
truly.
They're known for the rescue. I've got a fireman book over there.
Awesome.
So I'm always, it's the White Knight thing.
Like your book covers are like lined up to be like a calendar someday.
Oh,
you got the
yeah,
yes.
Yeah, they would make a nice calendar. Maybe I need to think about that. Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you.
Well, she has on the card over that says challenges and rewards of writing, and to balance that out. But I can tell you, wait, I'm going to ask the challenges question because the rewards of writing and writing well are at the top of the book cover right here. New York Times and USA Today bestseller.
It is, and I think I didn't bring my favorite book over. My favorite book's one called Texas Lullaby, and it won the award for Best Short Contemporary for 16.
Awesome.
And it's one of those ones that will make you cry. But the challenges are actually doing the writing. It's hard.
Yes.
But the rewards are, oh my God, I love the conferences, and I love the readers, and I love to get out and talk to people and see things.
It
and
is.
That's the fun part.
Absolutely.
This is this is the hard stuff,
Now for just because we have to know,
yeah.
for all of us out there that are, are waiting for that moment, the moment that you find out that you're a New York Times bestseller.
You don't believe it. It's just one of those things you go, no, that didn't happen.
That wasn't me, yeah.
No, that wasn't me. That was somebody else. It's pretty cool. It's very exciting. It was something that I'm real proud of that, and I'm proud of I'm proud of my sales. I'm proud of the work I do. I actually enjoy my books. I have every once in a while. Recently I read a review for the one called Saddle and Soots, and I hadn't read Saddle and Soot since I wrote it. But I was reading the review, and I'm thinking, damn, that sounds good. Maybe I need to read this book.
Check that out. Yeah.
I need to check out this book. So.
Well, I know. I live on that. I live on that for 10 years. I got my first writing award.
Yeah.
This last year.
Oh, really? What was it?
It was Best Indie Novelist of 2018.
Oh, congratulations!
For the Space
That's
Coast.
So cool.
And now my household, whenever I walk into a room, they're required to say award-winning author and journalist.
Absolutely.
Yes,
well, my husband has to bow.
Well, yes.
Do you not add that to your repertoire at your house?
I haven't
You need
yet.
to add that.
The bow.
The bow.
The bow. Okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Curtsies and bows are accepted.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, because look,
do
we're artists.
Do I need quiet space to write? Yes. If my
Yes, you
husband is
do.
home, I do not write because we ding, 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 talk all the time. He's very distracting. He's my best friend.
You guys couldn't tell that this is a thing. She's a talker.
I struggle to talk to people I don't know, and but yeah, I do need some quiet time to write.
Do you?
Yeah, and I used to write at night, but I can't write at night anymore. Daytime.
What's the writing ritual? I mean, we all have that thing. I need a quiet place with my laptop. I need my coffee within arm's reach. My ashtray's right there, and then everybody else has to go the hell away.
I don't write at a table. I write at a recliner, like a lazy boy recliner.
Oh,
and so
nice.
my feet are up, and the laptop's in there, and
you're just
and you'll know what I mean. There's a movie running in my head, and so I'm frantically trying to write this movie that I'm seeing
to keep up
with what's going on. And
do they ever get past you, and you have to back them up? You have to say, guys, come on back, do that again.
They do, but the biggest problem is if I can't come up with the right word, and then I get stuck with. And I should just move on, but I can't.
No, it pauses the whole movie.
It pauses the movie.
Bam,
but
it's
you
done.
know how that is. And so if somebody comes in and says, can I ask you a quick question? Someone being the husband comes in and says, can I ask you a quick question? I'm like, you know, you've already pulled me out of my world. I'm no longer at a beach in the Caribbean.
By the way, if you're married, engaged, dating, spend time with a writer, the question, can I ask you a question? You already did.
And they will kill you after that. Absolutely. Yeah,
and you've earned it. You've earned it.
Oh,
because,
you've earned it. Oh, yeah.
There's a groove there. The movie's playing in your mind.
Absolutely.
And you can almost hear it, right? That it's palpable, like when you're watching a movie, and all of a sudden that sound, that like a record being scratched. That's what happens when people walk in the room.
That's right. But what writers really don't understand that. And my husband, bless his heart, doesn't understand that. He's a reader, huge reader. Not romance reader, but huge reader. But he doesn't understand that if he says, can I ask you a question, I immediately pulled out of whatever I was into. And
Well, I tell everybody, I'm not a huge romance reader, only in that I after reading a good romance novel, like one of Cynthia's, I feel woefully inadequate.
Well, just remember, we write everything ideal and perfect and fantasy, and in some ways it's hard to write romance because everybody knows what the ending's going to be, happily ever after. And so you know that the couple is going to get there. So it can be very difficult to make their trek unique from other books. So that's what you're trying to do.
And it's really, that is the best, probably the best example of what a romance writer does. Because it's cliche, but cliches exist because they're true. That's how they form cliches. And what is cliche is that it isn't where you're going that counts. We know it's happily ever after. It is the journey.
But what
that journey has to be special.
What I'm really seeing in romance is a change in that in the 80s and early 90s, the women were much more being rescued. And the books I'm seeing produced now, the women are much stronger. And it's either a co-rescue or they don't have to be rescued like they used to be. And so I think they're writing stronger women, and I think that's really good.
Now, we do notice that there are a lot more women. Yeah, she's going to wave that card at me. I'm going to ignore her for a minute. I do notice that we come to the writers' conference, there are a lot more women authors writing these women, though.
There are a lot of women writing, and they're writing different things and not just romance. You're seeing a lot of women writing urban fantasy and male-male romance, and a lot of paranormal, and some of the scariest writers I know that write thrillers is like Karen Slaughter, who just scares me to death.
Awesome.
Karen Rose, oh my God, she scares me to death. And they're so good, but
it's phenomenal.
It
really is. And we are just coming off. For those of you that don't know, by the time you guys see this, we're just coming off International Women's Day.
Yes.
And what a great time to celebrate amazing, creative, powerful, wonderful women like Cynthia, who's producing amazing books for you. Check out the romance authors. That's my shut up card, so I have to listen now. Thank you so much to our partners and our friends at Some Unique Magazine, Famous Faces and Funny, Space Coast Comics, and the Indie Originals team, J. Bauer Art, for all the great art that's on our set, Celestial Healings, Krypton Radio, Foxwood Wine Company, and Off the Chain Radio with author Yvonne Mason. Thank you guys for sharing our videos. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, come back again, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.